Hey guys, all right, Wednesday's conditioning. So I'll go over this one with you as well. The movements today are very different than what we're used to. I think there's only one movement in here that I've ever done before. So today will be a bit challenging for all of us to kind of work through these movements for a full 30 minutes. The way today works, I'll show you the movements. Don't worry about that right now, but the rep scheme. So it goes 4 of each movement, and then you're adding 2 as you go. So we're spending 15 minutes in the first part, 4 of the lunge taps, 4 of the toe taps, 4 of the sumo squats, and then 4 of the one arm up downs. Have to look at my list as I go through this. And then what you do is 6, 6, 6, 8, 8, 8, 10, 10, 10, 12, 12, 12, and so on. So you're adding 2 reps to each movement for 15 minutes. You're gonna try and get as high as you can. So trying to get as many reps in as you can in that 15 minutes time. From there, we're gonna take 2 minutes to rest, or you'll take 2 minutes to rest, and then working backwards. So let's just say you get to 20, 20, 20, and 20 in the first 15 minutes. Then you're going to start at 20 and come all the way back down and see if you can get to 4, what you started at, within the next 15 minutes. So the entire class is going to be moving through these same 4 movements that I am going to show you now. I'll try and slow these down a little bit for those of you doing this on your own. They are a bit tricky. I tried them this morning couple times before making this video to make sure I wasn't making a fool of myself, but I'm still following a video here in the background just to make sure that I'm showing you the right movements. So just be patient with these, try and follow along as best you can. Before starting the workout, practice each one to make sure that you know what it is before you get started. So the first one is skater lunge tap. So this one technically is not too bad. So let me show you this one first. For the reps, you'll see I'm going to be jumping from left to right, and each jump counts. So when you're counting reps, it's 4 total. And same goes for the movements as you're going through this. The ones where you're switching from side to side, it's total reps. So each side of your body counts as 1 rep. So those skater lunge taps. So for your stance, you're coming into like a low skater stance. That's why they're calling these skater lunge taps. And then keeping that low stance, you're shifting your body from one side to the other. So that's part of the movement. You may have done these before, but we're adding a tap to it. So your hand is actually going to come to the ground and your foot is going to come behind you on every movement. So what you're trying to do then is from that low skater stance, you're pushing over to the other side, catching yourself, and your foot comes behind you again. So I'll do a couple more in slow motion. You're shifting your weight to the other side. Box is kind of in my way. Your foot comes behind you and hand comes in front of you. In full speed, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that one more time without that box beside me. So in that skater stance, 1, 2, 3, 4. The next round would be 6, next round would be 8, and so on. So that's the first movement, shifting from side to side. Next movement is going to be the alternating plank toe taps. So this is the one I find you kind of have to think about it before you do it. I'm watching the video here one more time just to make sure I got it right. Good. So this one, you're starting in a plank position. You're going to be shifting your weight to one hand, but then your foot is also going to come off the ground. So you're going to switch to one hand, and your foot is going to kick forward with that opposite leg coming forward. From there, you're going to bring this hand back down, and that foot kicks out. So the hand that's down on the ground, that's the foot that's up in the air. Opposite hand down, other leg kicks up. So it's a side plank, but only one foot is staying grounded behind you. If this is too much, you can change this to a side plank with both feet staying grounded. Just make sure your entire body's shifting. if you're doing that version. So one more time, become a little bit closer, maybe on an angle will help as well. You're in a side plank, you're in a full plank, switching to side plank, full plank, switching to side plank, plank, side plank, plank, side plank. Everyone counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, that's the second one. Third one is not as bad, not as hard, I guess I should say. Prisoner stance, hands behind your head, and sumo stance, legs are wide. Don't pull in your neck, your arms are just overhead to kind of be there. You're not pulling your head forward. Wide stance, sumo squat, think of a sumo deadlift with that wide stance. Coming down, still try and get full range. It's gonna feel really different for some of you. Keep those knees wide so they're right over your heels or right over your foot, and then back to standing. Every rep counts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The next round, you would do 6. So hopefully that's okay for that one. If you're getting too much tightness, try the sumo stance. But if it's too much, you can go to a regular squat stance. Try and keep that prisoner stance with your hands overhead though. Last movement, this one I found very challenging when I tried it this morning. So now that I'm back in here making these videos, let me tie my shoes because that became a problem earlier. Matt Smith, if you're watching this, you're probably laughing as I tie my shoes for this one. Okay, for these one arm up downs, you're thinking of a bodybuilder, but you're not gonna come as low as a bodybuilder. You're not gonna come as low as a bodybuilder because you may lose balance. So make sure you're safe with these. Even on the first couple you do, keep your feet in pretty close to you. Make sure you can get stable on that one hand first before you jump out too far. This one will be easier to see if I face you. Piece of gum that fell out of my pocket. So one arm comes down, but both legs stay grounded. So you start from standing, so you can't see me here. Start from standing, one arm comes down, jump out, jump back in, and back up. Opposite arm comes down, jump out, in, and up. So to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll do these to the side now so you can see that my hips are not coming down very low, or at least I don't think they are. Hands in front. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next round is 6, 8, 10, 12, and so on. That's it for the conditioning today. So remember, you're building up, adding 2 reps, take 2 minutes rest, and then you're coming back down, taking away 2 reps. Have a good day, guys.